Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for our weekly energy reading. Let's see what the cards say. I am so pumped. Last week was pretty intense, a lot of breakthroughs. We had the 8/8 portal. So I feel like this might be like a calmer week, but we shall see. All right, so we're going to start with a spirit animal deck, spirit animal oracle. Let's see what messages you all need to hear this week. I just heard it's a doing week. You're going to get a lot of things done this week. The spider. Make your dreams real. This is like get to work, start building that web. This could also be an abundance card. So 56 adds up to 11. I don't know if 11 means anything to all of you. Maybe you're seeing 1111, but spiders represent weaving a web of abundance. So you're starting to do the work now to prepare for the future. Okay, awesome first card. Let's get a Micah magic card to go along with that. Okay, we have deciding between two options. So maybe you can't make a decision between, I don't know, I just got a vision of like somebody starting a business and there's all these decisions to make and you don't know which decision to go with. And I was just on a walk earlier and I had this urge to like purge a bunch of apps on my phone. And I was talking to my one friend. I'm like, I don't know why I feel urged to do this, but some of the apps I communicate with people on. So I was just like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm just going to do it. And I was having a conversation with myself as I was walking. And I was like, okay, I was like, do I cancel? Do I delete this? And then my soul was like, yes. But I'm like, well, and this seems impulsive. Why am I doing it? And my soul was just like, just do it. Like I kept getting these quick responses. And it's funny, I'm sharing this talking really, really fast. And it's kind of like it's symbolic of what was happening to me. So as I was making the decision on my walk to delete these things and to cut off communication with certain people, I just was like, I don't know, I just feel like I needed to do it. So if you're deciding between an option of doing something or not doing it, go for a walk, sit in a meditation, and just ask yourself. I was literally having a conversation with myself going, Michelle, should I delete this? And I heard yes. It was the first response that I heard. That is how we make decisions from our intuition. The second, third, and fourth thought would have been my ego. Okay, so pay attention to the first thought that you have when you ask yourself a question. And then when you practice this, you get really, really good at it and you feel more confident making big decisions in your life. Make a plan to save money and more will come. And I just heard to open up one of my tarot decks. So we're going to get some confirmation on this. Okay, make a plan to save money and more will come. This usually means money's coming, and we did get an abundance card, so I'm feeling a little spicy about this. Who's getting money? And I just heard a windfall. So this is going to be not money you work for. This is going to be money that's just going to kind of drop into your life. You have 8 of Pentacles. We got a money card. Learning all you can about a subject or career, going back to school, taking a seminar, or finding a mentor. Attention to detail, skilled work that you love. So this is very similar. You're weaving that web. You're doing the work. And then we have renewal, which says reviewing the past with compassion and forgiveness. Time to head in a new direction, clarity on your life purpose. In your heart, you know what to do. So I feel like this is also with making decisions. It's a fresh start. It's leaving something behind, like me kind of like debating on whether I should just delete something as simple as an app, but it was communication with a lot of people. So I'm like cutting off that channel to be able to communicate with people. But I just felt like I just wanted to let go of an old, I don't know, old energy, I guess. So where in your life are you feeling called to let go of something, to start fresh? And I always say, if you're thinking the thought, then that's usually a sign you should do it. Like I had been thinking the thought that I wanted to kind of clear my phone and delete photos and videos and delete apps. And then it just kept reoccurring. I kept having the thought. So if you're having the thought, that might mean that you need to do it. All right, we're back with my animal deck. Let's see what message we need to hear. Ooh, number 13, cat spirit. Claim your independence. Heck yes. So I feel like this has to do with renewal. So somebody's taking back their independence. Maybe you're in a partnership and you're finally going to take that leap to leave it, to learn that you're going to be on your own. Maybe you're in a business partnership and you're realizing, oh no, this isn't for me. I need to make a decision to leave it. That's a big decision. And you can do it on your own. A lot of people, so the independence is saying, like, you don't need others to help you. You can build your web on your own. Okay, let's get some animal cards from this deck. I never really use this deck much. It's the Spirit Animal Wisdom deck. All right. I was like, is anything going to come out? The giraffe, the bigger picture. Take a step back and gather your thoughts and feelings. So yeah, I feel like this is somebody, this is just reoccurring. Somebody out there needs to make a decision, and you're moving into something where you're going to have to be a little bit more independent. You're building your own abundance. You're making a plan to save money maybe before you do this thing or before you make this decision. Let's ask if this is a relationship or if this is career. So we're going to ask tarot because that's going to have literally love cards and money cards. Okay. Wow. You guys, we just got the divine masculine card, the emperor. So divine masculines are the ones making these decisions. They're coming out of challenging times. We have 6 of swords coming out of challenging times. They're looking up a welcome relief, finding your way to a peaceful place, the end of depression or an illness, travel and relocation. So this is somebody making a decision to leave something. Look at that storm. They're leaving it. They're saying, I am done with this life. I am moving on. I'm choosing better for myself. Kind of like what I did. Like I just cut the cord on all those those apps and my phone and all those videos and photos. I was just like, that is the old me. I'm leaving it behind. The divine masculine is doing that. And I tend to also take action from a space of the divine masculines. I am very much so a divine masculine reader. I can always feel where the divine masculines are at. And that's actually been 5 years of me doing that. Every time I get a client that books me for the mentorship, I often find that they're twin flames and they've just met somebody and they ghosted them, or, you know, they met somebody 2 years ago and they haven't spoken since. And for 5 years, I've been a twin flame coach, helping people understand the dynamic of the divine masculine, the emperor, and the empress, the divine feminine, and how much it's such a journey to come back home. I'm sorry, I keep itching. My hair is like itching my leg. How much it's a journey to come back home, to love yourself so that you can be with your counterpart. Because if you don't love yourself, it's impossible to be with your twin because they are you. So if you're not loving yourself, you're not loving them. And you will continue to seek validation and love, and you'll try to be chosen by all these other people, and you're just gonna, it's gonna be a bottomless pit. Nobody can satisfy you like your twin. So they say. And you feel it in your body. You just know that they turn you, they turn you on like no other. And it's not so much like a physical thing. I know I just said body, but it's like the soul. It's like the energy is a match and you just can't get close enough to the person. What do I want to do here? So we got confirmation on look at the bigger picture. It was the masculine leaving a difficult relationship or just challenging times. Let's do Micah magic. Quick water break. All right, we're going to do some Micah magic. First card, they need space. So as the divine masculines are moving through this difficult time, we cannot bother them. So if you're somebody who's maybe reached out to your divine feminine or your divine masculine and you have not heard back, there's a reason for it. They are getting their ducks in a row, okay? They are doing all of this. They're trying to figure out how to make more money. They're trying to figure out how to level up in their career. Some people don't even know what they should be doing. Maybe they're changing careers, but they need space to figure that out. Free your mind. Okay, so in the meantime, if you're somebody who's waiting for this to happen, you have to let go of any kind of pressure, energetic pressure that you might be putting on your twin or your soulmate or whatever you believe in. Um, because energy is energy and people can feel your thoughts. They can feel you pulling on them. They can feel you waiting on them. So you have to completely detach and say, I'm going to live my life. I'm going to weave my own web of abundance. I am going to put myself out there more. I'm going to work on my physical body. I'm going to become the woman or man that I want to be so that I can wake up and live each day in happiness and joy and peace. And I don't need a partner. But when they come, it's like a cherry on top, right? It's like, yes, this feels good. This is like what I've always wanted. But until you get into the space where you feel like you freed your mind, where you're not trapped by your ego in suffering, in sorrow, saying, where is this person at? I'm going to die without them. You can't be in that energy. You have to be completely okay with saying, I hope it's funny, a little gnat just flew by and I was just thinking, the mind bothers us. It bothers us like gnats and flies. It's always, it's just always there. So we have to learn to free our mind by witnessing the thought and saying, I'm not going to choose that thought. I'm going to go do something that makes me feel good. And I'm going to rely on my intuition to lead me to have a good day, to do an intuitive day, to start that project, to start that new business, whatever it is. But you can't let those nagging thoughts about partnership control you, because that's the whole mission. Your ego is wrecking you and keeping you in separation if you're obsessing about it. I had a friend who she sent me an Instagram DM, and it was like a post that somebody had made about, does it mean when you're thinking about someone that means they're thinking about you too? And I was like, kind of, but sort of not. If you're obsessively thinking about somebody, you're pushing them away, right? So if you think about it, if you have a red string from your heart to their heart, every time you think of them, you're pulling on that string and you're wanting them to be closer to you, especially if they're loving thoughts. They're going to feel that, but they don't know that it's you. They're just going to feel being like pulled on, and they're going to want to pull away from whoever they're physically around. They're going to want space. And I've experienced that a lot in my life with friends and people who I live near. Like, I know when people are thinking of me and wanting to hang out with me, and my family members and my nieces and my nephews, and I literally have to pull away and take space because I can feel it. Like, they're not even texting me, but I can feel them pulling on my energy and wanting to spend time with me, which is so lovely and nice. But sometimes I can't handle it. It's too much, and I have to just seclude, and I'll come in my apartment, I'll close all my windows and I'll just sleep because it's overwhelming. So your counterpart will feel that. They will feel you pulling on them, okay? So that is why they need space. I keep hearing these birds behind me. There's two hawks. I think that's symbolic. I think there's a hawk card. I hope you guys can hear them. They're sounding so beautiful. They're so high up and I can hear them. Tell me there's a hawk card in this deck. I feel like spirit wants me to look at the hawk, but it's usually like a higher perspective. There's crow, owl, turtle. There's an eagle. Spirit, can you please help me find the hawk fast? Vulture, dove. I'm seeing all the birds. There's a raven. Oh, now they're making my nose itch. That means it's coming. It's coming. But anyway, the hawk takes like a higher perspective, and it's saying to like go rise above the ego. Don't let it control you. Let spirit be your guide. So you're such a beautiful card, 32. You're letting spirit take control of this partnership, and you're literally not in control of when you find your person, meet your person, be with your person. The only thing that you control is how you feel in each moment and what you are allowing into your energy field. So if you're allowing people in that are using you and not honoring you, and I actually made a post on my community page last night about or it was a couple nights ago about, what was it about? Oh, it was about divine masculines. If you are with people who are not honoring your presence, like when you're present for somebody and you're listening to them and you're giving them your full attention, if you have a woman who is not at all verbally saying, I love when you listen to me. Did you guys just see that? I think that was just a fly or something. That was perfect timing. Thank you, Spirit. If you have a woman that is not saying verbally, I freaking love you because you give me all of your attention when I'm speaking, and that's enough for me. Thank you so much for just being so pure and so sweet and so loving with your eyes when I'm talking. If you don't have women saying that to you, and maybe you've tried to coach a woman to tell you that that's what you need because that's what you deserve, you are in the wrong partnership. And that is because you're allowing it. You're not seeing that you deserve better because you just don't know any better. But I'm here to tell you that there are women out there who are like me and like other divine feminines who will verbally tell you how amazing you are just for breathing. They don't need anything from you. You don't have to do anything for them. You don't have to do acts of service. You don't have to do the love languages. You can just breathe and be present, and that's it. Love languages are a plus, though. But anyway, the higher perspective. Take a higher perspective, look at the whole situation, and let spirit guide you into this partnership, into this decision. But know your worth. It took me years to learn that because even though I can consciously say I know my worth and I'm never going to settle, I still find myself unconsciously drawn to the wrong people, to the people who aren't treating me kindly, or the people I'm looking for a text from. And it's like, no, Michelle, they're not the ones. Stop knocking down that door because they're not texting you back, or they're never even asking me how I'm doing. So why am I going in that direction? Oh, that's because I grew up with a father who was emotionally distant. He was there when I would reach out to him, which is what I've always attracted with men. I reach out to them, they're there, but they never just reach out to me to check on me, to see how I'm doing, or to ask me about my work. So I am now asking for better, and I'm choosing myself. So I encourage all of you to do the same too. Look back at your past and see what your relationship was like with your parents. And are you mimicking that now in your adult relationships? And we have to unlearn all of that and choose differently. Okay. We are going to do some Micah magic. Don't we love this card? Financial freedom. Heck yes. Such a good one. And every time I get that card, I'm kind of like, all right, well, what is it going to look like? When's it going to come? I want all the details like right now. And I think when you take the leap towards choosing yourself and loving yourself and not settling and actually changing the pattern, like actually taking action and saying, I'm done with this. I'm not going to allow this into my life anymore. I'm not going to talk to this person anymore. Or if they reach out, sorry, I'm just not going to open up my energy to you anymore. When we start to do that and we are good people loving ourselves and putting up boundaries, honestly, more money usually does come in because the universe is rewarding us, because it's like, hey, they learned the lesson. They're finally getting it. We're trying to get them to love themselves because that's the frequency of your desires. On all of my videos, the frequency of being on the dance floor and dancing with the universe and receiving money and people, places, and things is love. You have to be in alignment with love. That's why a lot of people, when they fall in love, with their divine feminine or their divine masculine, when they fall in love, they tend to attract financial freedom because it's just their heart is pounding with so much joy and happiness that they can't help but attract money continuously. And that's also spirit being your guide and providing you with the money to do your mission. So keep that in mind too. When you're in love, you attract more money. And so don't always tie it to the person that you're with. Sometimes I used to do that. I used to attract money with certain people who I was with. And I thought it was their energy that was helping me become more abundant. And I was like, oh no, I can't live without them. They elevate my life. But it was my feelings and my emotions when I was with them that caused me to attract more. So you don't need anybody, but it's the feeling that you want to get into over and over again to attract more. Okay, let's end off with 2 cards. Let's do 1 tarot and then 1 animal. Final messages for this week. Final messages. It's my birthday week. My birthday's on the 19th. I'm so pumped. I'll be 41. Okay. 9 of Wands. Protect what you have created. Be prepared. Never give up. Ask your angels for help. Environmental activism and animal rights. Oh, I love this. This is kind of like standing up for what you believe in. Or in other decks, it's kind of like a woman. I know in the Light Seers Tarot, it's the woman on the brink of stepping over a fence to go towards her dreams. So 10 of Wands is somebody dropping all the wands and saying, I'm done. I'm done carrying this load. I'm over it. I'm moving on. I'm leaving this job. I'm leaving all these people behind, my old life. So the 9 is right before that happens. Literally says, protect what you have created. So if you are in a partnership and maybe it's secretive, right? Or maybe people don't quite know about it yet. This is saying protect it. You know, don't let others in on it, because people don't want twin flames together, especially the dark and low vibrations. They will do anything. All the karmic energies, they will weasel their way in, and they will talk all kind of nonsense about how it's not the right partnership and you shouldn't be with that person. But twins know what's right in their heart. So don't share your happenings with other people unless you really, really, really trust them. So I just feel like keep it quiet. Or maybe if this is a work idea, keep it quiet until you know that you're ready to do it or that it's ready to be put out into the world. Don't speak about it too soon. Because and also when you're manifesting, I teach this on my channel, when you're manifesting, sometimes you don't want to say it and share it with other people, because now they have a grab of that energy. And now if they think that, oh, it's not going to happen, they're putting that energy towards your desire. So you just opened up a door for more energy to be looking at your desire and sending it energy. You don't want to send it any kind of negative energy. So sometimes it's cool to keep things between you and your journal. That's why I like to write everything down. And sometimes I'll say things in videos because I know that speaking it into existence also helps it arrive faster. But then sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want the whole world knowing that I'm manifesting this certain thing, and people might think it's too much, or you can't have that, or that's not going to happen to Michelle. I don't want any thoughts in my energy field from others about what I'm creating. So that is your reminder. Okay, did I say animal card? Tarot and animal? I think I did. Ooh. This is another divine masculine. They're going to take the lead. They are going to come towards you. How perfect. The stag is the divine masculine, and masculines lead. They plan dates, they plan activities. They're saying, I'm gonna literally take care of you. I'm gonna provide for you. I want to bring you a wonderful evening. I often tell my twin flame clients that when you're manifesting your special person back to you, you need to have a plan, because they're going to come in hot. They're going to come in texting you or showing up at your door, and you need to know what to do next. So you always want to live from the end, like it's already here. Well, what are you doing? What are you texting them back when they text you for the first time? If you have all of this fear inside of you that when they finally reach out, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to handle this. I don't know what to do. You have to have a plan. So maybe that's this too. Make an energetic plan. That could be this. You might be making a plan for your person to arrive and what you're going to do and where you're going to go. And if you're a masculine, like what kind of date are you going to plan? Where are you going to take her? Are you going to do some recon and figure out what her favorite food is? Or do you already know? So take the lead. Also, I just feel like for all the masculines watching this right now, please reach out to your feminines, because if you're dreaming about them, if you're seeing signs about them, that is your guides and angels. You might not be so, excuse me, burping. You might not be so spiritually inclined as your feminine to understand what all of this means. But I just had a client on a Zoom the other day, and he had a dream about his divine feminine. She was just standing in a hallway in a dress, and it was like she was out of reach. And I was like, that was direct communication from her. She's calling out to you in your dream saying, come get me. I'm here, you know? Confirmation again with a little bug on the screen. But so he was, he hasn't talked to her in a year. So we got the courage up. I helped him. I guided him to message her, and he messaged her, and we're still just kind of like, okay, let's prepare for her response. Let's see what she says back. And I did this with another client a couple of years ago. His name is Joe. High five. You know who you are. And he actually got a response within like seconds. We were both shocked. He hadn't talked to her in months, and his divine feminine reached out within seconds. And they did a little bump in a couple weeks or months. They ended up seeing each other, and they had a night together, and it was really wonderful. And it was all because he reached out. So this is your sign, divine masculines. Reach out. Go see your divine feminine. It is time for a bump in. I call them bump ins, like bumblebees. You have to kind of you have to reconnect to slowly start to merge your energies back together. But don't be scared, okay? You'd rather know. You'd rather face the fear and be like, all right, if I reach out and she doesn't respond, or he doesn't respond, then at least I know. But if you don't ever respond, and you're having all these dreams, and you're seeing all these synchronicities, and you're literally feeling them pulling on your energy, and you don't do anything about it, you're always going to sit there and literally wonder, like, what if I would have done something sooner? Okay, so this is your sign. Take the lead and text them, email, reach out, go see them, stop by their house, and just remind them that you love them and that you're still interested. And you'd rather put yourself out there and just let it and lay it all on the table and face the fear of getting hurt than doing nothing. Okay, you don't want to live in regret. All right, I'm sending you so much love. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you guys in the next one. If you feel called to do a reading with me, or if you need, some guidance with twin flames, I'd be happy to sit on Zoom with you and talk about your situation and try to hash out what's going on and what's maybe blocking your connection. All right, lovies, I will see you in the next one. Have a lovely week. All right, peace out.